We had 8% of battery left, so it was a little bit scary almost, a little bit anxiety there. We also picked up some hitchhikers along the way. We dug a small hole in the road, so here's the cable coming out here, charging the car out here. So we're on our way. We just got this loader, Nissan Leaf, and we're going to go to Småland, south of Stockholm. It's about 250 kilometers, and we will probably charge twice or maybe 3 times on the way. 2 fast chargers and 1 a little bit slower charger. I wanted to know if it's possible to make a long distance trip in a Nissan Leaf. So I booked a test drive at Mobility Motors in Stockholm, and they lent me a Nissan Leaf for 72 hours. So I thought, why not take this car to my grandparents' summer house in Småland? That's what we did, me and my girlfriend. We took the car for a drive. It's 261 kilometers one way, and it's supposed to take 2 hours and 52 minutes without any stops. This is really interesting. I've been driving Tesla before 3 times. This is the first time driving a Leaf. The first stop will be in 60 kilometers from now at Sillekrog. So I think it will be no problem to get there. So I'll get back to you soon. This is the first leg. It is 61 kilometers, and we want to go to Sillekrog, where we can fast charge at a Chademo charger. A Chademo charger gives you around 80% in 25 minutes, and a Nissan Leaf is supposed to be able to go 200 kilometers in one charge, but that's not true when driving at high speeds. So we want to find out how good this car actually works, what the range is, and what is the Chademo charging speeds, and so on. Okay, so we've been driving for about 50 kilometers, and we are now at Sillekrog. This is a charging station for Tesla cars, and over there is the Chademo that we need to go to. So I'm gonna try to find a small tunnel under the road here, so we can get over there and get some Chademo charging. This is the small tunnel under the road. Google Maps doesn't show it, so it's really good to know that it exists, because then you can use, for example, the Tesla supercharger or the Chademo charger, regardless of if you come from the north or from the south. Or if you just want to eat daisies, for example, when you come from the south, you can take this tunnel. It will save you 10 kilometers or something like that. So we have now stopped at the Chademo charger, and after a little bit of time, we managed to get the charging working. We came here and had 50 kilometers of range and 45% in the battery, and now it has charged up to 70%, and we want to go another 90 kilometers to the next charger, so we need to charge a lot here to make sure we get to the next charger. We also picked up some hitchhikers along the way. So is it cool if I film you guys?
It's perfectly cool.
Nice.
We are not very well prepared
No,
for
it's
an interview.
It's fine. I picked them up at Södertälje, and they are going to Poland, so they will stop at Skavsta airport, so we'll let them off here very soon, and they'll go home on a flight. So they were standing on the street, so I pulled in to the right and picked them up. And over there is my lovely girlfriend. We have 90 kilometers to drive now to the next charger, and in the car it said I had around 120 kilometers of driving, so I think it will be enough. And here you can see that it has charged for 27 minutes, put in 9.7 kilowatt hours, and it's charged up to 94%. So it took a lot to get from 80 to 94. It took a lot of time. So if you want to be fast, then you should not charge this much. This is the second part of the trip. we are going from Sillekrog to McDonald's in Norrköping, and is, according to Google Maps, 98.6 kilometers. So when you're driving at high speeds on highway, 98 kilometers is pretty much what you can get, more or less. So this will be interesting. Look at the moon. Is it possible to see the moon? It's right up there. I have now set the cruiser to 117 kilometers per hour, and I have around 66, I don't know why it shows so bad, 66 kilometers left, and on the navigation it tells us that we have 58 kilometers left. So I think I will probably have to let go a little bit on the speed here to be on the safe side. But for now, I think I'm gonna keep this 117 kilometers per hour speed. Okay, so we just arrived to McDonald's in Norrköping, and we had 8% of battery left, so it was a little bit scary almost, a little bit anxiety there. So now we're charging 370 volts, 106 amperes, so about 40 kilowatts almost. So this is the charger right here. We sent an email, no, we sent a text message to a number, and it will debit our phones 2 Swedish crowns a minute, so about 20 cents a minute. Fairly good price, I think. So now I think we're gonna grab a burger or something and wait for half an hour for the car to charge up, and then we'll be on our way. This is the final part of the trip. We are going from McDonald's in Norrköping to Odensviholm, where my grandparents have their summer house. It is 116 kilometers, which is fairly far, and we wanted to charge at Söderköping at a slow charger close to a supermarket for a while. But when we got there, it was too late in the evening, so the slow charger had closed. So we had to go all the way in one charge. It is good though that the Chademo fast chargers always have open 24/7. We almost had to charge up to 100% at Norrköping in the McDonald's. So we charged there for, was it 35 minutes or something? And I think we left there with a 93-95% charge. Now we're on our way, driving approximately 90 kilometers per hour, a little bit less than 60 miles per hour, and we have 78 kilometers left on the range here, and to our destination we have 67. So we have a 10 kilometer buffer for now. So I don't want to drive any faster, and we're sitting here with just a little bit of heat, not so much, and yeah, it's interesting, and I think we'll make it. It won't be a problem, but it's a little bit tricky. The trip will take around 5 hours almost for us, and if we would have taken a petrol engine without any stops, or if we would have taken a petrol engine and stopped as much as I need to, since I'm not really that used to driving anymore, it would have taken around 4 hours instead. So an extra hour, I think, is the time for driving a Leaf instead of an ordinary petrol car. Okay, so according to our trip meter here, we have 14 kilometers left, and battery level low is indicating. So I don't know how many percent of the battery is left, because that's what usually is displayed, where battery level low is displayed right now. So, and it's probably some way to get rid of that message, but I'm not that into this car yet.
De rödgröna partierna är mycket låg batterinivå Sök efter närmaste laddningsstation.
Yeah, very low battery level, and then the radio started of some reason. Okay, so I've been driving for around 80 kilometers per hour, almost a little bit less for quite some time now, and we have 6 kilometers left, and the battery indicator said 14. So yeah, we'll be there with just a couple of kilometers of spare range left. It's exciting for sure. We made it to our lovely summer house, and we have another beautiful day here in Odensved, Småland, Sweden. We are charging, or we just finished charging. The cable is coming out of the window there, and then we had an extension cord. We dug a small hole in the road, so here's the cable coming out here, charging the car out here. It's really dirty though. We're driving on these roads with no asphalt. Yeah, so we charged for, what was it, 14 hours is what you need in an ordinary 10 amp socket. If you want to have a faster charge, you can charge with 16 or 32 amps with the help of an charging box, and then you can charge the car in 4 to 8 hours, and I would say 8 hours is pretty much what you would like, because then you can charge easily overnight. This is where we sleep, me and my girlfriend, during the stay here. Came here with 4% of charge actually, and it was a bit scary because when you come down to 20% charge or something, you get a warning message that you can remove, of course, and then you can see the percentage and the projected distance left that you have to drive, and I think we had 14 kilometers or something, and when we had 14 kilometers and we came down to 10 or 8% of charge, this projection disappeared, so you don't know how much you have left to drive. So we drove without having the idea. When you have just a couple of kilometers left, it will drop the engine's power, but that never happened. So yeah, we had some margin, but it was close shot. We are now on our way home. We learned from past experience that we need to charge more often. So on our way home we're gonna stop at Söderköping and eat some ice cream, and we're gonna charge it there for a while. Just a slow charger, but an hour and a half, it'll give the extra margin that we need. This is the trip home. We will stop 4 times for charging. Once in ICA at Söderköping, then at McDonald's in Norrköping, at Preem in Nyköping, and at Silleväg Krog, a little bit north of Nyköping. And then we'll go home to Stockholm. We stopped here at ICA supermarket, and we got some charge. We have 50% now and 76 kilometers. So I think we put in maybe 30-40 kilometers or something. So the only thing we did was that we connected ourselves to this box, then we went into the ICA store, so it needs to be open. We have the sunset over there. We are at Söderköping right now and have been charging at ICA for an hour and a half. We put in 30 kilometers of range and have 50% of charge. So we have 76 kilometers to go, as the car states, and we have only 30 kilometers to the fast charger in Norrköping. So yeah, we have some extra margin, so we don't have to have any range anxiety. This trip will be pleasant and nice. We arrived at Norrköping Supercharger with 46 kilometers of range left, and now we're going to charge. So what we do then is that we send a text message with the text start here to a certain number, and then when we're finished we're sending a stop message, and we pay 2 crowns a minute. So I think that would translate to 5 crowns per 10 kilometers, something like that. We have charged up to 71% from 50 in 13 minutes, and the charging current is now down to 66 amps, and now I stopped the charging with a text message right here. And okay, trying to focus. Anyway, the charging has been discontinued, and you will be debt 28 crowns. So now I just unplug the cable here, like that. I put the big boss right there. I take this one and I hang it up there, and then we're good to go. I'm just waiting for my girlfriend because she hasn't finished her bathroom break yet. So no waiting for charge this time, it was really fast. Time to go. We have stopped for a bit of charging. We came here with, I think it was 13% of charge or something. I was driving at 120 for a while, but we saw that the projected distance went too low too fast, so I had to lower it to 105, and then I could increase it again to 110 for the last part. So now we're charging here at the Fortum charge and drive charger, and the first one was really easy to set up, but this one was a bit problematic. It didn't really fit into the car, so I had to push it back and forth, and then the station thought that I had unplugged it, so it stopped, and then I had to resend a text message. So it took a couple of minutes, but now we're driving, now we're charging up out there, and then we're going to keep on driving to the next station. So we have been charging for 2 minutes, and we have 18%, and this is the current and voltage that we're charging with. We have now charged up to 69% in 17 minutes. We still had some pretty fast charge, even though we had charged a lot of percent already. But since this one costs 2 crowns a minute and the one we're going to is free, we are going to stop charging, even though I haven't finished eating yet. So we have 92 kilometers of charge according to the car, and we have around 45 kilometers or something like that to Sillekrog, where we can get the free charge. So 32 only, so we'll be there easily. We have to step on it in order to lose some charge until then. We are at our last charging stop at Sillekrog. This charger is free, it always works, it's fairly easy to start. We charged for 14 minutes, put in 9.4 kilowatt hours, and we now have 85% or something. So I'm just going to return this card, and then we'll be on our way with some nice 25 kilometer margin. We came home with 12% of charge or something. We just put in the charging cord. We have 21 kilometers left of charge, and we're standing here at one of the guest parking spots, and we had a little bit of trouble finding some electricity. So we put the cord here, and we found an extension cord, and it goes all the way here up to this spot. So it's blocking this spot a little bit. It's not mine, but I put up my phone number, wrote it on a note here, so if anything happens they can probably call us. Yeah, it was a nice trip.